Hi, I'm Janet, and I'm coming to you live from my basement in West Chicago. How you doing? So isn't this little quarantine thing fun? So a long time ago, I decided that I was going to do virtual classes, and the people here in my group in the Chicagoland area were like, I don't know about that. Well, guess what? Now everybody wants it because, we're all stuck at home. So I want to talk about this, and I wanted Courtney to do this video, but when I told her that, she said that I blab better than she does. Can you believe that? She's like, people are just used to hearing your voice and blah, 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 and then they'll listen and they'll get it. So I'm going to blab for a few minutes to make sure everybody gets on this live video so that you watch and know what's going on and I can help you out. So here's what happened. I was talking to Debbie, and she said that she was so proud of herself. She watched a virtual line dance class, and she had me on her TV and on her phone. And so when she was on the 6 o'clock wall, she held the phone up and she could see me. It wasn't like I had my back to her. And she was all proud of herself because she fixed the problem of having me at her back and not being able to follow me. And so I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. The blonde figured it out. Pretty amazing, right? So I was talking to Ray in Delaware, and he got on the line when we were doing a virtual dance or something. And afterwards, I asked him about it, and he's like, well, I had you on my computer, and I had you on the TV. They're across the room, because I told him that, hey, the blonde figured it out. You're brunette. It should work better, because, the color of your hair is indicative of how easy things are for you, right? Right. So I said, well, how'd it go? He's like, man, that was such a pain. And yes, I'm kind of like paraphrasing because I can't duplicate the accent, you understand. So it was okay, except, I'd turn around and you'd be doing one thing with your feet, I'm doing another, and your voice is saying this, and your feet are doing that, and the music's in here and there and everywhere, and what a pain. So that didn't last very long. He was kind of frustrated. So back I go to Courtney. I'm like, so what's the deal? It works for the blonde here in Illinois, but not the brunette in Delaware. So what's up? And she goes, well, is he using cords? And I said, what cords? I didn't know we had to use cords. And of course, she rolls her eyes and laughs at me like she's doing right now. That's very subtle of you, Courtney. So poor Courtney, Miss Millennial, stuck with all these old farts who have no clue. But you know what? There's a reason that we have no clue, because it's very nice to just be able to sit back and go, I don't know how to do that. Will you do that for me, please? And just wait. And then it just magically happens. Because, like when we go to dance events and they've got the live feed and you don't have to go fight the crowds. You can sit in the comfort of your own hotel room and watch it on TV. That's me, right? Bring me the popcorn. I just want to not fight the crowds, sit and watch. And I just can say, Courtney, I don't know how to do that. Can you do that? But now, we're all stuck in our houses and we have to do it ourselves. So it's kind of a pain. So I'm going to show you how to do this because I learned. And if I can learn, you can learn. So here's the deal. When we were doing virtual classes before, I said all you need is to follow the instructions that you get in your receipt. Download the Zoom client application just like the receipt tells you to do. Do this. Do it on your phone, and then you can watch the class on your phone and move it around the room or not. Keep it propped up on a counter or something and use it as your source device for the video and follow it, and everything will be fine. Well, that works. But if you want to carry the phone around with you, you can get really dizzy and you kind of lose your walls, because I am not moving. I'm having my own little dance party here in private here, and I stay facing these four walls and the camera is here. You take your phone and you move it around and you're going to have orientation issues. So I suggest you keep it in one place. But then you have the problem of, if you're operating from your phone, it's this little tiny picture, right? So some people will use their tablet. That's cool too. But a lot of you have figured out that if you go in through your computer, you get a bigger picture. And then the really smart people can use their televisions. So here's the deal. You need a source device in which to download the Zoom app and run the program from. And you only need one device. So in the case of Debbie and Ray, they probably, pretty certain, loaded the application on both devices and downloaded the Zoom client and logged in from two devices, and that's going to make you not be synchronized. You only want one device. So say you've got your phone, you have an Apple phone. I have an Android, can you tell? So say you have an Apple phone and you want to run it through your television. You are going to need a couple of cords, and here they are. This is your master cord. It's called an HDMI cord. See, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Check out these ports. They're kind of funky. Can you see? Can they see? Okay, so these are the ports. If you run this through your computer, you want to stick one of these in the side port of the computer and one of them in the television. And ideally, you want to have one of the sources, like your computer, the source, the hosting device on the counter, right? And then you have this long cord connecting your computer to your television. 2 cables, 2 devices. It's coming through your computer, and you want a long enough cord to reach your television. And then you are going to be in the middle. And then I will be at your 12 o'clock wall by the television and your computer at the 6 o'clock wall, or vice versa, whatever one you want to use as your main wall. Good? So that works if you're going to use your computer and you have a port like this in each device, in your television and in your computer. Now, if you don't have an HDMI port in your television, you can't use your television unless you get a new television. And, you can still do that. So say you have a port like this in your television and you want to connect your source device to your television, and it's not going to be your computer. Or let's go back to the computer. Some computers have this port, the HDMI port, and some don't. Some are Macs or Apple computers or whatever. So anyway, so this is a Thunderfoot port. Thunderfoot, Thunderbolt, Thunderfoot, that's a line dance. See this? Can they see this? Yeah? Okay, so this might be the port that you see on your computer, a Thunderbolt port on an Apple computer. Or this thing, which looks suspiciously like the cable that you plug into your charging port if you have an Apple iPhone or sometimes a Mac. So you're going to need these ends, and then it goes into the HDMI. It's an adapter. This is, hey, wait a minute. Sorry. So this is the Thunderbolt one, goes into the Mac computer, and then the other end of it is an HDMI. There, can they see that? And then you plug your HDMI cord into the adapter, into the computer, and then into the television. So now your computer is hooked up to your television. It's running through your computer. It's going to have the same signal going to the TV, so it will stay in sync. Woohoo! So maybe you want to run it from your Apple phone, and your phone won't connect to the computer unless you do the same thing. We're going to plug the HDMI. See this? Isn't that cool? Can they see that? Going to plug the HDMI adapter into the adapter, the cord into the adapter, and then this goes into your phone or your computer, depending on what kind of an Apple or a Mac computer that you have. Cool? So you can use your phone at the counter and plug the other end into the television. How about that? Or you can run it through your phone, and then the other end would go into your computer. And that can be your 2 devices. The key is whatever device you're using, that one source, either your iPad, your tablet, your Android tablet, your phone, whether it's your iPhone or your Android phone or your computer, that is your main source, and then you have to connect it to the TV or the other source. So if you're like me, here we go. Cord number 3, this is an adapter. It's got an HDMI adapter. So if you're like me, you have an Android phone, and mine has a C port. Yes? And some computers have this. They have a C port, and that also is connected to an adapter where your HDMI cable, you guessed it, gets plugged into the adapter and then into your secondary device, your television. Yay. So now I'm running my phone. It's running out of my phone, and it's going to the TV. Or it's running out of my computer, and that has a C port. Goes through the HDMI adapter into my TV. So I'm talking about standing in front of the television as my main source, my main viewing wall, my 12 o'clock wall, and then the other source wall, my computer or my tablet or my phone. That's my secondary wall. But the signal is coming from either the phone, tablet, or computer, and then it's getting connected to the bigger screen. This will help if you have a small area in front of your computer and your desk does not work. You can't do any dancing in front of your desk, but you can use your computer because it's a laptop and you can take it somewhere else and connect it into your computer. So this is your new best friend, an HDMI cable, which I resisted learning about until this morning. So here's your cable, right? HDMI, it looks kind of like a USB port. And now that we are all stuck at home, we have to learn what these all are and how they all work. So where do you get this? You can order this from Amazon and you can hope and pray that they will deliver it to you. But Amazon is having problems because everybody is getting these little stay-at-home orders, and so they're having all kinds more deliveries than they used to have. So you might not be able to get these from Amazon as fast as you can by driving to your handy-dandy local Best Buy store. So Best Buy is still considered essential, and the reason it's essential is that they sell HDMI cables so that you can dance at home, and that is essential to everyone's mental and emotional health and well-being, don't you know? So these are the different cables. They all have the HDMI ports, and they are your adapters to take you from your computer or your Mac or your regular computer for us normal people, or your phone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, and to transfer that input source to the HDMI cable to your television. What you do is call Best Buy, order it online, and order for curbside pickup. They are not allowing customers in the store anymore, but they are still fully staffed by their employees. Isn't that nice? And they will bring it to you. They'll ring you the sale through online, or you can call them ahead of time and pay over the phone with a credit card, and then they will deliver it to you. Minimal contact. They're probably dressed head to toe in a hazmat suit, so everybody's safe. So you can still get your cables. Good? So I'm going to be doing these virtual classes to learn new line dances, because if I don't, I will go crazy. So tonight we're going to do Lynn Card's I'm Coming in Hot. She taught this on the cruise, and we're going to relearn it because we probably forgot it. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do Half Past Tipsy by Madison Glover and Rachel McEnany. I'll do it slowly in the beginner 2 class and at a more respectable, quicker speed at the intermediate class. We'll also go over Tragedy and do other dances that we've been working on in the queue. For the intermediate one, I am going to go over Baptized in Beer, which we dance on Tuesday nights, and we will dance at our virtual dance tomorrow. And a lot of you might have forgotten that, so I want to make sure we go over that too. So we will still be dancing virtually in the evenings from my kitchen, which has been cleared of all extra furniture so that we have lots of room to dance. And we'll do classes, intermediate classes, 7 o'clock to 8:30 Central Standard Time. Beginner 2 classes are on Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:45. The intermediates are going to run twice a week, Monday and Wednesday, because I know a lot of you take classes with me twice a week. So that'll kind of keep some of the routine going that you're used to doing, and give us lots of things to do and lots of things to dance. So I have published the playlist for the different virtual dances, and those are on my email. If you're on my email list, they're in your email. They're also, I believe, in the event that I made on Facebook. So you can dance for a couple hours solid. We do about 25 dances virtually, and then you'll get the recording. We finally figured that out. All the backstage work's been done on that, so you'll get the recording today if you were participated in the dance on Friday. And that is fully synchronized and all good. I do recommend that you download that recording from Dropbox. You'll get better synchronization long term if you do it that way, because it'll be stored on your computer. Right now, when things are stored on the cloud, there's so many people working at home that the connections are kind of wonky and you don't get a very good signal. And my voice, my mouth, my feet, not always together. So the name of the game is to keep that together so that we can all dance together. So you can see what's going on in the virtual world for Dance with Janet by going to dancewithjanet.com/virtual. We have rebuilt that page again. Feels like we've been doing that every 4 hours. Courtney's still got some hair on her head. That's pretty amazing, because I thought she'd pull it up by now. So that page has been cleaned up and hopefully is easy for you to navigate. If you are using your Dance with Janet card to cover your classes, you need to enter your card number in the credit card number box, not in the coupon field. You got to put it where it says enter your credit card number. There's a number on the back of your Dance with Janet card, so flip it over and put that in there. Use $12.99 as the expiration date, and your CVC or CSC or CVV or whatever the heck code, that 3-digit code is 111. Good, good, good. Okay, get yourself a cable, get 2 screens to dance on. Use 1 input. Don't log in from your computer and your phone. Only 1. Okay, and then it will be the same signal transmitted across the room. If you only have a 6-foot area, a 6-foot cord is fine. If you want to have more space to dance and your kitchen is bigger, I suggest you get a longer cable. If you're only going from your computer to your television and you're just using the one wall and you don't have a second device, you don't want that second device on the other wall, a 6-foot cable is going to be fine. But if you want to use this method that I'm talking about that Debbie so wonderfully suggested, good job, Deb, then you need a longer cable so that you have a device, your input device, remember your computer or your phone or your tablet, that's your input device, and that is connected to your television via an HDMI cable. This cable, yay! Okay, good. So if we do not all have televisions that have HDMI cables, we will soon, won't we? Amazon and Best Buy will be selling us new televisions. So I don't know how long as this is going to last. I'm planning on doing virtual dances and virtual classes for the next 4 weeks. And by then we'll be experts and we will not have gone stir crazy because we will be able to dance. So when you are on the line live on a class or a dance with me, feel free to stay on the line after the recording has been completed, and then we can have our own little phone party chat room going on and talk to each other. It's really nice to hear your voices. I've been talking to a few of you on the phone, and boy, is that very, very helpful. And of course, text messages are too. So there you go. That's the download on the cable issue. I will see you at class in about a little more than an hour and a half. We're going to learn I'm Coming In Hot by Lynn Card and go over all the other dances that we've been working on. So that's it for today. Everybody hang tight. You know, keep your routine as much as you can. Stay active. Read. Clean your house. Rearrange the furniture. Do all those projects that you didn't want to do, you know. And hey, then we'll be ready to hit the streets when it's summertime and we're ready to go out, which we'll be out a lot sooner than summertime, right? So there you go. I will see you on the dance floor. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.